Hello, Vestavia Hills Baptist Church. This is Pastor Eric again. And this month, we've been thinking about the idea of reach. And we've been looking at reach in a bunch of different kinds of ways. And I'm really grateful today that we get the chance to talk about how we can reach out in some new kinds of ways. And so today I have a couple of folks with us. One you'll recognize and one will be new. Glenn Bowers is a minister on the staff at Trinity Baptist Church in Madison, and has been working with CBF of Alabama and Sowing Seeds of Hope to develop a ministry project to building ramps in Perry County. And so I've asked Glenn to come and talk to us a little bit about what they're doing. And I also have Barton Duffy, who many of you know from ushering, but also is on our mission committee. And Barton has taken on the responsibility of helping us to build hope here utilizing and mobilizing us to how to reach out to build hope in Perry County as well. And so I'm grateful to have both of them here. And so, Glenn, I'm going to start with you. Share a little bit about how you all at Madison began to build ramps and what you're hoping to do in Perry County in the coming this year and in the coming years.
Okay, thank you. It's nice to be with y'all, know about Vestavia, know about y'all's history with Perry County and what y'all have been doing. And so it's a kind of an honor to be with you and excited to be with you as y'all think and dream into these ramps. Well, Trinity has been building ramps for years. We got, there's a local agency here in the Huntsville in the Madison County area that builds ramps, and we CASA, it's changed its name to Enable, but they build accessibility ramps, and we have been building with them for probably, I don't know, 15 years or better. And that's where we kind of learned some skills with ramp building, and we transferred that knowledge to Perry County. As we would go to Perry County and do mission trips, we've done everything in Perry County from roof to siding to put in playground equipment, all kinds of things. For the last few years, it seems like what's bubbled up is they needed ramps. And so we said, we know how to do ramps. We've been doing these ramps. So they've asked us to do ramps. So we've continued doing ramps. Well, back in August, Susan from Perry County, from Sowing Seeds of Hope, and Alicia from Alabama CBF, they contacted me and they said that that the list of families that need ramps was 44 families. And they said, can y'all build ramps for those? And I said, no, we can't build no, honestly, what I said is, no, we can't build no 44 ramps. And I honestly also said, we can't afford no 44 ramps. And, but what we got to talking about is coming up with a system to involve the Alabama CBF churches statewide to tell them about this need, give them an opportunity, and organize a week and to have a strategic plan for these families. Now, when we've drilled into it, the number has come down, but it's still a lot of ramps. It's still right at 40 ramps that we need to build. And our goal is about 15 ramps. And you might be saying, well, why that area? What's going on? How did that need get there? And I brought up, how did it get up that much? And Susan was saying how COVID had a role in that. A lot of the churches either pulled back or just stopped doing the mission trips and got out of the practice. And that was one of the impacts of COVID. And so that impacted it. Also, Perry County, if you know Perry County, depending on how you measure poverty, Perry County is one of the poorest counties in the state, always one of the poorest counties in the nation. But as Brian Fickert talks about, it's economically poor. We all have poverty in our lives. We talk about that with our team. They have economic poverty, but we have poverty also in our lives. So they have economic poverty and they have these needs. And so that's how it came about. The plan is to go down in October to enlist these churches. And we've come up with about 6 or 8 churches, and we're going to do about 15 ramps, and we think it's an okay plan. I think it's going to work. Every church, they're Baptist. Every church has got a little different view on how's the best way to do ramps, and you know what? That's great. We want them safe and secure, but it's up to each church of how they do it, and that's great. That's great. I think I've got some pictures to kind of
Good.
this. This is the backside of a trailer. We actually want. I was just kind of showing you one of the situations. The lady that lives there in this trailer. She needs hip surgery. She's late 30s, early 40s, and her doctor said she cannot have the hip surgery until she gets her steps and her ramp fixed. And this is in their back door, and you can see her steps and the condition of her steps. We straightened her steps up before we left. You can see they're not attached. They're falling. There's no handrail. This is very dangerous for anybody, but no less if you've got a bad hip. So we straightened it up a little bit just so if she had to get out in an emergency, but it's still in a bad shape. But on this house, we'll actually do some steps on the back, and then in the front, we'll do a this is me, and I don't have my tape measure. I'm measuring my arms. This is a home. This is the next home. The steps are over here. The lady that lives in this trailer, this is her granddaughter. She's in a wheelchair, and she is missing her doctor's appointments because she doesn't have a ramp. Her car is parked in this area, and we try to land, if you will, land the ramps right at their vehicle. So we're going to take these spindles off and come out here with a landing, make an L, and then come down in front of her deck and land it right at her car. This is another trailer. You can see that this is the back side. The front side, they like their steps. They didn't want us fooling with that, but they still needed a ramp. So we're coming around back, and you can see their steps are in awful shape. We could come here and come off with a ramp and come straight down, or we come here where the steps are and build a landing on out. And there was a reason we didn't come off here next to the trailer. I'll show you what that is. There's a power pole here. There's an air conditioner. There's all kinds of stuff. So that's why we didn't come straight off the side. We came off with a landing, and it's going to be really right here where this lawnmower is. And you'll get a better view of it right there. So it'll come out right where he's at and then come down. And this is the length of it. That gives you a good, and these are wind up being really good ramps, and they're really secure. This is a completed ramp. I made several pictures of it. This is one we built last year with the agency I mentioned earlier, Casa and Abel here in Madison. And we built this for a gentleman that he wanted his ramp to end. We talked to him about it ending out here where his cars are, and he wanted it to end underneath his garage. So we want to make the homeowner, happy. So we did that. But you can get an idea of the switchback idea. And we had about 5 guys here, and they worked on it probably about 4 or 5 hours, and they got it completed. You can see how it slopes down. Here's your switchback and comes back. Here's the handrails. We don't put spindles in. We've learned spindles doesn't add any strength to it. These 2x4s add enough. We put the 2x4s right on top of the asphalt. When our style that we build, we'll drive these in the ground. We haven't been using concrete on ours. You can, but that's just it's up to you. But here's the handrails we put on them. And then the other thing I wanted to show, there's a real good shot of it. It goes down, there's a platform, and then comes down again. But there's a little tapered area here. We make it real easy to get on and off the ramp. And then here's the crew that put it in. You can see it was 2, 4, 6.5 people. This is one of our kids. This is his daughter. And again, they did this in a Sunday afternoon. But this was our a really sturdy ramp. I think you can tell how it's a sturdy situation.
Well, thank you so much, Glenn for some visuals to see what both the need and what some of the outcomes will be. And Barton, thank you for helping kind of guide for guiding our church to look at doing this. Give us a little information about what we're going to be doing in October down in Perry County and how people can sign up to be a part if they want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Eric. So we've already built some of our team. We're about 80% built. We're going to build a ramp for a lady that Glenn has assigned to us. Chris Spiegel, our resident contractor, is going to help lead the building. By all means, you don't want me doing that. But he and I have met, and I think the needs that we have right now are twofold. One or two more people to help with the construction of the ramps, which will be on October 10th and 11th in Perry County. And then second, if there's one or two people that are willing to help with logistics. So finding lumber, delivery of lumber, trucks, generators. There's a few things that Chris has put on his list that it would be helpful if someone could help procure those. So those are the two things that we really need. 1 to 2 people to kind of finish out the team, and then 1 to 2 people to kind of help in the background with logistics. You can email me. My email is bartonduffy@gmail.com, all lowercase. And we'd be happy to have you.
Well, thank you so much, Glenn and Barton, for y'all's leadership and what we're going to be doing in Perry County. I'm really looking forward to seeing how more families can be impacted, both in Perry County as well as in our different churches, as we work together to help make this happen. So Vestavia, if you want to reach out and be part of this great Building Hope effort in Perry County in October, we're needing help, as Barton said, with logistics, and there'll be some of those things that are happening from now until we build. And then we still need some people to help with the build on Thursday and Friday, October 10th and 11th. So I hope you can help us.